Calico Cow Acres. It is a Wednesday night in the middle of July, and we are going to do a good old-fashioned vlog because I feel like we have not done one of those in a little while. Tonight we are going to move our camper from up at the top of the driveway over by our kudzu jungle over to the driveway because we're going to start working on that again soon. Taylor's going to get that leveled out, and then I am going to work on some garden stuff because it is, for once, not 100 degrees outside, which is so nice. It's really humid out right now. We did just get a rain a little while ago. This is the first time since May we've gotten a small storm 3 days in a row, so I'm super happy about that. The garden is so happy about that. And yeah, I'm just excited that it's like shady, a little cloudy, the sun isn't beating down super hard. It's refreshing out here because it rained, and I'm like ready to go do some garden things. I think while I do garden things, Taylor might mow or poke around and do some other stuff, but first we are gonna get that camper moved. You did it!
What?
You did it!
Did the easy part.
Good. Back to having the camper in our driveway.
Back to having angry delivery people get stuck constantly.
They'll figure it out.
Probably gonna mow up there real quick and probably put the truck where the camper was.
Okay.
Just so it's in a little bit better spot. There'll be room next to it for the X5, but I'm probably not gonna keep it there.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'll park it there and see how I feel about it.
Alright, I think I'm gonna go work on some little garden tasks.
Yeah, this thing's pretty big.
It is, isn't it?
The X5 is also much smaller than the truck.
Yeah.
Like
I saw it sliding. That was scary.
Oh, yeah. Like in your head, like when they were parked front to back, you're like, oh, they're similar sized vehicles. But then when I had the X5 in the driveway, I'm like, there's so much room. The truck's like longer than the driveway.
Yeah.
The X5 has like room on all sides.
There she is.
But I mean, yeah, besides like the trying to slide down the hill, it really did fine. To be fair, that has twice the horsepower of our truck.
It did a good job.
It has less torque, but...
Alright, first things first, we're gonna let the duckies out. What do I want to do first out here? Taylor is obviously mowing, you can probably hear that. I grabbed my blanket and my little supplies. So this year we are trying this Velcro stuff, and it's kind of just like you cut it to size and wrap it around the plants. I'm liking this a lot so far. It takes a little bit longer than using clips, but I think that I might actually be able to reuse this. I thought the same thing last year with the clips that I got though. I'm gonna try and show you. It just broke. Basically they are hinged, they open up and they close on the plant around it, and it's not like a tight squeeze situation. And the reason I got these is because I was hoping that I would be able to use them last year, take them off the trellises at the end of the season and reuse them for the next year. Just like hoping to not have to buy them multiple times. And they do make compostable versions of these. The reason I didn't get those is because I didn't want to have to buy them multiple times. I was hoping to be able to reuse them, if that makes any sense. That didn't work. Our sunshine here is very brutal, and it just made the plastic super brittle. So now when we tried to take them off the trellis at the end of the season, they kind of just started snapping. So those are no good anymore, unfortunately. That's a bummer. I was hoping to be able to use those for multiple years. So this year we're gonna try this, see if we can use it for multiple years, and if this doesn't work out, I might just try and bite the bullet next year and invest in the nice metal ones. But I've been able to use these for my melon trellis, my cucumbers, and my tomatoes so far, and we've also used it to attach our peppers to their stakes because we've got some big pepper plants. I'm gonna take some scissors and cut off all of the little blight leaves. I have them all pruned up and my fingers are a little bit green. Also, I wanted to mention, if you can hear the camera focusing, it's because I have a new lens. If you can't tell, it's a wide angle lens, so you can see a lot more than just my head being the entire frame. It's a lot easier for me to film with, but the lens focus is kind of loud. So I have a new microphone on order and I'm hoping that will help with that. It's not quite here yet, so you're just gonna have to deal with it for this video. So I apologize if you can hear that, but I'm trying to avoid it. I just had to show you my tomato fingers. Since they're all pruned up, I'm gonna get to doing the trellising. Basically what I'm doing for this is just pulling a piece of this off and then snipping it, and it's Velcro. So you just kind of wrap it in a circle however big you want it and stick it together and it stays. I've used it on a whole bunch of other stuff in the garden so far and it works pretty well. I'm gonna just show you on this one really quick and then I'm gonna get right into doing all of the rest of them. Basically my goal with this is to just tie them to the trellis so that they stop falling on the ground, and that's what's causing the blight, is the leaves touching the ground. So hopefully this helps with that situation. The tomatoes are done and I cannot talk, oh my goodness. They are looking so much better. I feel like our garden is off to a really slow start, and it's not even the start, it's July, so it's just kind of going a little bit slower this year. I don't know if that's because of the extreme weather changes where we had a really wet spring and then a really dry June, and so far most of July has been really dry too. I also planted the tomatoes really late, so there could be multiple factors. I'm curious if your gardens are also kind of having an odd year. We've got all of them trellised up. I need to pick up all of these plastic clips from last year still, so just ignore those. But they're all strung up. Hopefully the rest of them will be a lot happier now and we'll be getting fruit on them like this one has. The next thing I'm gonna do out here is come over and just trim up the leaves off of these cucumber plants because they also have some blight on them. Gosh guys, it feels so nice to be out here. I'm pretty sweaty, I'm not gonna lie. It's still warm, but to be out here and have it be kind of cloudy and know that we had some rain. It just feels so good. It feels like this is what summer is supposed to be like, and this whole summer so far has been just off. It's felt not correct. Oh guys, they've been requesting more rain as well because those are their favorite days, are rainy days. The next thing we are gonna do is harvest some of these shishitos because it is going crazy. Look at all those. Basket acquired. Alright, that's a pretty good haul. I think we are gonna head up to this bed right here that is very full of weeds, but also very full of peppers. Looks like we've got some cayennes ripening. I try to pick them when they are just like medium red and not let them fully ripen on the plant because I don't want the plant to stop producing peppers, and if it thinks it's put its seeds out for the year, then it will be done. Our tomatillos are going insane, and I actually wish that I had gotten some tomato cages for them. I didn't even think about it. We have so many tomatillos on these plants, and we've actually lost a couple plants because they're splitting because they keep falling over. All right, where is it? I feel like I saw a habanero. Oh my gosh, look at these tomatillos. They are massive. They're just huge. It's so pretty. I can't wait till they're ripened. There's our habanero. Oops, dropped it. So add that to our stash. We finally have our first dipper gourd that has been pollinated and is starting to grow, which is really cool. I think I'm gonna try and train some of these vines up real quick. I feel like even in just the last couple of days with the rain we've been getting, finally, this trellis has really started to take off and fill out, which is super nice to see. And then obviously the birdhouse gourd is popping off. The other half of the trellis over there is not necessarily popping off yet, but these seeds, these melons, got planted a lot later because all of our nursery stuff was here, and I had to move it later on over there with all of our other stuff, and so I didn't have access to this when I planted the rest of the melons. So these ones are a little behind. I think we're just gonna call that succession planting instead of calling it behind. I like that idea better. And then I also succession sowed loofahs, which those technically are supposed to get sown super early, started inside, but they did fine for us last year, popping them right in the ground, so I'm gonna do it again. And those came after our sweet peas. Okay, I think the last thing I'm going to do out here tonight, oh, these are so pretty, is pick some of these flowers because you can see some of them are getting a little bit tall. A couple of them are starting to lean and sort of flop over. And I've made it my mission for this year, I'm gonna tip over. I've made it my mission for this year to make sure that this little hedge of flowers down here stays maintained, doesn't get too unruly and flop us over into like a wild mess. I'm jiggling this camera all over the place. This lens is very heavy, I'm not used to it. So I need to cut some flowers because that just means more bouquets for me.
Hear that train pounding on my brain. It's coming to take me away. Lord, it's coming to take me away. it's coming to take my name. Boy, it's coming to...
So some of these are a little past their prime. I'm just gonna give a couple of them. I'm gonna just put some of them in the compost. The main reason I'm doing this is not to make a bouquet. It's to get them trimmed back so they're not massive and falling over.
Dreaming of places, wide open spaces. I've been suffocating here too long. I can't afford ya, California.
Do you see this? Look at how pretty these are. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. This is the prettiest little bouquet. We got some peppers. The peppers are cool, but I am very, very excited that I decided to do the zinnia hedges down here because I just know that I'm gonna get so many more bouquets this year than I got last year because I just didn't get them planted in time last year. So I am super stoked about this. They're just so pretty. The color doesn't even come across on camera fully. These are a lot of different colors, but like this looks pink on camera, but it's almost like a medium purple color. Same with this one. Aren't these so pretty? They're like the easiest flower to grow, which makes them one of my favorites. Okay guys, I think I am gonna go I think I'm gonna go head in and start making dinner because it's 8:01 and I am starving. And I'm sure Taylor's getting hungry too. Thank you so much for hanging out in the garden with me tonight. It was really enjoyable for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see a full garden tour to see what I've got planted out here, go check out this video. Thanks so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.